Hey y'all, it's your boyfriend Brandon, aka Beamer, and Happy New Year! Today I want to talk about setting goals for this year. Now, I know a lot of people like to have New Year's resolution, but I'm talking about something that's more aligned with your life goals or your cornerstones in life. I actually just took a masterclass with Luam, who is a choreographer that I've been obsessed with for years. I want to say since 2005, 2006. I've been watching her on YouTube. She's choreographed for people like Rihanna, Beyonce, and the list goes on. She recently had a masterclass where we got to really figure out our goals that we wanted to set as artists for the upcoming year and also for the rest of our careers. It was so helpful just to hear from her and for people to ask questions. It was very communal, and that's something that I felt like when I've been missing, especially in New York since the pandemic. I really wanted to highlight and kind of give you some of the thoughts that I had for my goals, and here we are. 2024 has been such a difficult and exciting year for me. Some that were amazing, some that were unfortunate. I'll just kind of give you a rough breakdown. The ending of 2023, I actually was moving out in an apartment and I thought I was going to move into artist housing. If you don't know what artist housing is, it's practically an environment where artists live together. So I would have been sharing a space with one other artist, but we would have our own bathroom and kitchen. We have individual rooms. It was usually separated by the whole entire space. This was a location that some of my friends actually lived in, and actually my best friend lives in, and I thought that's what was going to happen at the end of 2023. However, that was not the case. I was kind of just jumping from place to place, which is not good, especially living in New York. As you might know, I have my own company called Underrated Movement. Towards the end of 2023, I didn't really have any more clients and I wasn't really seeing any lucrative funds come through. There were no more UGC deals. There were no more collaborations or partnerships. It was just very, very dry and very, very scary for me. So what did I naturally do as a person that's living in New York? I said, I gotta get another job, as in I need to get back into the workforce. And this was my first time really being back in the workforce, not working from home or not working remotely in almost 3-4 years. I got a regular schmegular job. Shout out to Orange Theory. So I was working at Orange Theory and I kind of gained a reputation. I became a manager there. Overall, the experience was interesting. It definitely helped me understand more of the fitness world and how we are competing with other gyms and so on and so forth. It helped me jumpstart my fitness journey as well, because I was kind of like in a slump. And even though I was not making as much money as I thought I was going to be making, it did help with what it could, right? But also the end of 2023, I found out that my mom was really ill down in Louisiana. From there, I was trying to figure out, okay, well, how can I help? What can I do? I mean, I physically can't do anything. I'm in New York City, so it's not like easy to bring another person to fly up and move. So I was really just trying to plan, and I was thinking, okay, maybe I have to move out the state. Maybe I have to go to another country, but I can't because my mom is sick. So then how do I do that? So that means another state or upstate New York. There were no options. I was looking at other jobs at the time as well, to see how I could do that. Something that was more remote, as it seemed like I would have to be more of her caretaker. Fast forward, I applied for a job at Binghamton University as the marketing manager, and I actually got it. And it was so quick, just like the process of finding out I had the job, starting to work at the university, moving to Binghamton, but still also having priorities here in the city. I stayed with my friend, whose also name is Brandon, and and we had a good time. But then shortly after that, I found the house that I'm in today. and I got to move my mom up, and then we just started trying to figure out, okay, how do we make everything better? So we scheduled her surgeries. We made sure that she was taken care of as much as possible. And recently she had her surgery, and I've just been balancing, living in Binghamton, still working in the city, doing a bunch of projects still in New York City, directing to producing, choreographing, and teaching, just really finding that balance. And so the beginning of the year was really tough, but towards the end, I saw the silver lining. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to provide more guidance for myself of my goals, so that way I know what I'm hitting and what I'm not hitting. Also something that I am looking forward to doing for the rest of my life. So we're going to start off with the cornerstones, if you will. So the first cornerstone is family, and my first bullet point is continue taking care of my mom. I want to do that. I want to make sure that, she's still healing up from the surgery right now, but I want to make sure that there's nothing else that we need to do. I mean, we have to get her fitness back together, and all that jazz. But she has to heal first. So I want to continue doing that. I want to see more of my extended family, because I haven't seen a lot of them in a while. I think the last time I seen a majority of my extended family was when I was on tour, which was 2019. Okay. I want to see my dad and my siblings. I have not seen my dad. Well, yeah, I haven't seen my dad since high school graduation. So some years ago, a lot of years ago, actually. I haven't seen my siblings in over 20 years. I definitely need to do that. And then I want to start to prepare for my own family. Now, what does that look like for me right now? It just looks like staying on the path that I am. I am not dating anybody. I'm not married. I'm not engaged. Not saying that that's a criteria for me to have like my own kids and stuff, but I do want to have kids. So I guess just staying focused, and kind of jump more into that with the other cornerstone. The next cornerstone is career. So career-wise, I have a couple. I have a lot. Damn! So I want to continue to build the theater program at Binghamton University, especially through like the partnerships and the media coverage and working with the nearby high schools and middle schools. I want to have at least 3 master classes and panels this year. I want to produce at least 3 projects. I want to direct at least 2 major projects, have more clients for Underrated Movement, and I want to hone in more on the government and nonprofit partnerships and sponsorships. Luckily, every year I've been blessed to have multiple projects a year. It might not seem like it in my head sometimes, but last year I opened the year with doing an off-Broadway show. I really developed a really solid friendship with my cast and the creative team, which is very rare, like all of them. It's super rare in the industry to have that type of bond to where we still message each other today. We were saying Happy New Year. So I got to open up with that, but I was still going through jumping from couch to couch and dealing with my mom's health, being in a slump and not getting enough money or not having enough money to even really take care of myself. But that was still a blessing to be a part of that show. And it was the only thing that I was like looking forward to. I also got to stage manage for Fashion Week in Louisiana. I got to do that in the summer. And I got to see my mom right before finding out I got the job. There are plenty of things that kept me lifted throughout the year. I got to direct and produce 2 shows in the fall of this last year, and I was also helping out with Binghamton's show. Technically, altogether, I opened 3 shows in 1 week. I do not recommend that for anybody. I thought I was done for the year, but then I got asked by a playwright that I'm actually working with this year to do a reading of the show that we're actually producing and directing this fall. With all of that being said, this seems like a lot and it seems like it's not reachable, but in hindsight, it is. And I'm really excited to see how this works, because this also affects the YouTube channel. I want to bring y'all behind the scenes for you to see exactly a day-to-day in my life and how it is trying to balance everything It's not the easiest, I'm not gonna lie. Once I do it and once it's done, piece of cake. So I really want to bring you along this time. The next cornerstone is relationships. So outside of family, the personal relationships I have, I want to be able to honor my tribe more. And for me, that's like finding more opportunities to highlight my chosen family and then also aligning myself to be on the path to find my person. So like I said, for the family one, I want to start building my own family. In the perfect world, I would like to find the person, my person, to start the family with. So that's kind of what we're doing with that. The next cornerstone is finances. Whew, this one. I don't want to be in a financial constraint anymore. It's been rough, child. It's been so rough. 2022 was fine, but like going into 2023 was just rocky. It was just rocky mountains. And then 2024 was also rocky mountains just because of all of the changes. So I don't want to do that. This year, I want to like get out of that slump and I want to continue paying off the loans that I have and I want to get ahead of the game. So right now I'm like, I don't want to say cruising, but we're in the seat. We're in the driver's seat. I want to be able to set money aside for savings and for trips and stuff that I want to do, and not have to worry when I come back. Like, oh no, I'm in a financial constraint again. I don't want to worry about that. And I want to invest in the projects that I want to mount. What does that look like? That looks like if I want to produce a show, that I actually have money to produce it, or I can gain partnerships or sponsorships to produce it, but I want to be able to like invest in, the projects I'm producing. And then I want to do general investments. That's like the stock market and all that jazz. If you don't know how to do that, there's a YouTuber that I love dearly named Sunday Love. She was on America's Next Top Model. She has a whole video about investing in stocks and whatnot, and I learned a lot from it, so y'all should definitely learn a lot from it. And if you just want to know anything about business in general and different business ventures, she is your girl. She is your girl. So the next cornerstone is spirituality. I just want to keep finding inner peace. That's like my biggest thing, is just finding more inner peace and then getting more aligned with my morals. I do feel like I've stayed on my general plane with my morals, but I do feel that a lot of people have been testing it, child. They've been testing it left and right, up and down. So I want to make sure that that's not happening. And then the last cornerstone is health and wellness. So for me, I want to make time for my own doctor appointments. Child, do you know how I have not been to my doctor appointments besides, making sure that you do your 2 to 3 month procedures, making sure that you know your status and you don't have anything else lingering around. But outside of that, I have not done a regular schmagular doctor's appointment, a dentist appointment for real. Like I did do dentist appointments, but were very specific, just regular checkups. Probably barely once a year. I also want to continue my gym ritual throughout the year, regardless of what happens, because there's going to be things that happen. I know that, but I just want to keep on the up and up, I want to treat myself to spa days. And I want to travel to Brazil and one other country of my choosing. So those are kind of my cornerstones for this year. I also tried to break it down by quarter so y'all can kind of see kind of like my overall schedule. And like, I'm just going to go with this quarter because y'all can read the rest. For this quarter, I'm producing Fashion Week with a designer I love working with. That's like my brother, Luxury. And our executive team is amazing. And I love producing stuff with them. So this is our 3rd or 4th time working together for Fashion Week. And for New York Fashion Week especially, I want to keep making sure that my mom's health is in order, especially post-op. I want to follow through with the marketing calendar that I set for myself with Binghamton University, because when I got the job, I was trying to learn the school, trying to learn the students, trying to learn the teachers, the faculty members, the staff members, the rules and regulation for marketing, because it's different for the theater department because we have a lot of shows. But if I'm doing anything front facing, like for the program, I have to follow the Binghamton guideline. It's like a whole thing. So I want to make sure that now that I understand all the ropes and the ties and the dip and adapts, that I'm following through my own calendar rather than having all of these things hit me because I was learning a lot this last semester. And then I want to wrap up the festival I've been working on. Now, I can't talk about the festival because I have an NDA, okay? Once I'm able to announce it, now it is the end of the quarter. I can't say that. It is the end of this quarter, and I'm so excited about it. It's going to be so revolutionary, but I've been working on it for some time now. It's just going to be amazing. Also, I totally forgot. I also worked on a film festival for the second year in a row, but third event with them, called Queer Voices Film Festival. My friends, Brandon, not the Brandon I stayed with in Binghamton, another Brandon Smith and Ronald Hinton, they are the founders of Queer Voices. And so that's something else that I'm going to be helping out with, hopefully again, probably within the fourth quarter of the year. So I'm excited about that too. Hopefully, maybe I'll have something to present outside of just helping with the festival. There's been so many brilliant things that happened this last year, and I'm just looking forward to more, and YouTube is one of those things. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it didn't bore you too much, and I'll see you later.